I'm saying. This is the big thing that's really scary for the U.S. right now. Is we've never been in a situation where the government, the executive branch, like the president or the representative branch, whatever you call it, the Congress and the Senate, oppose a judge's order and just ignore it. When a federal judge or the Supreme Court says you can't do this, it's illegal, it's unconstitutional. Up until now, people have always been like, oh, okay, we can't do it. Suddenly now, like, they're just not paying attention. They're not listening. They're intentionally ignoring the judge's rulings and doing what they're told they can't do. And right now, it's just this deportation stuff. But who knows what's going to happen when the judge tells, Trump, like, you can't do this. And it has more to do with, U.S. citizens. Like, basically they're saying anyone who goes to like a Tesla dealership and damages property there will be treated as a terrorist, basically.
What? Who said that?
That's what they're saying. Like, if you go and the Trump's press secretary, I'll find the information for you, but they're basically saying like, if you protest at a Tesla dealership and you do anything other than, you can probably get arrested just now for protesting. I don't know.
What is this?
I don't know if you can. It's hard to tell. After this next card, you can go.
I'll go.
Okay, you're good.
What is this huge line?
It's because people are turning at the station.
But it's so...
Hashi Station, right?
Yeah, but it's never this crowded. Anyway, so
I'll make sure I have my facts straight. But based on what I saw earlier, basically they're saying if you go to a Tesla dealership, because a lot of people are going to Tesla dealerships and protesting, right? They're having protests. Some people have like set.
By the way, I was gonna go buy gold today.
Why? Don't do that.
Why? Because U.S. dollar might lose the value, and then Japanese yen as well.
And you have to carry. You don't. I mean, if you're gonna buy gold, you buy sealed, proofed gold ingots, not just jewelry like.
Yeah. So I was gonna go to the special shop.
It's always marked up. You're gonna be paying an extra markup to buy it at a local shop. In the U.S., there's like a couple of websites that just specialize in all they do is sell gold over mail, and then they have the lowest possible prices, right? If you're going to a shop, then like they have to buy stock and they have to like warehouse the stock and all this stuff, and you're paying all these extra fees on top of
So do you think there's like a online something and you trust
I don't know
that?
about Japan. I know where I bought the gold that I bought was from a place that I did a lot of research, and that was what everyone said is the best place to buy it. And then when I went to buy it, you have to like they do all this research before they'll sell it to you, and then they make sure that you're who you say you are, and then
But you bought it in the U.S., right?
Yes.
And it's shipped to the U.S., right?
Yes.
But we don't have that problem.
That's what I'm saying. But I'll be back there and I can buy more.
Yeah, but the gold value is
gold value goes
up
and down all the time.
It's not. It's kept going up, and it's still gonna go up for sure.
Right. So this is not a great time to keep buying it when it's going up. Every time we do anything with gold, we always do it when it's going up, and then it goes back down, and then we're like, I was years and years underwater with a gold purchase.
But it went up so much over the 20 years. It's like a record high right now, right? And it's still going up because of this world.
It's expensive, and it's more expensive now. So buying it now, there's no whatever. You can do whatever you want, but if I'm buying gold, I'm buying it when I have money to spare, which I don't have right now. I don't have a lot of extra money floating around to buy gold. It's a big investment to buy. It doesn't make sense to buy tiny amounts. You should buy at least 1 ounce at a time, not 10 grams or not 5 grams. Then you're wasting money, because you should buy at least 1 ounce of gold at a time. But that's $2,800 US, right? So that's a big chunk of money to put in, and then you have this thing. You have to keep it with you. If it gets lost or stolen or in a fire, you've lost it. So it sounds great on paper, but in reality, it's a lot. You're buying a thing that is a physical object. It can be destroyed. It can be stolen. You can't guarantee it, right? money's in a bank and someone robs the bank, you're going to get your money back because it's insured against theft.
Yeah,
but if you have gold and someone steals the gold, or the house catches fire, or you lose track of the gold, that gold's gone.
People scared of like U.S. dollar or Japanese yen lose the value away.
Yeah, of course, but I mean that's just still no reason to rush out and buy gold without putting any like consideration into like why. I put so much effort into figuring out what kind of gold to buy and from which like from which organization was the like a good balance between being recognized around the world as like a legitimate.
In Japan case, it's only a few places to get, and then like well known, trusted.
Right. But if you're just buying gold and it's not sealed, it's not like people don't want to. People trust it more when it's like in this sealed package that's been stamped as like verified, 100%, like 99.9% pure gold, right? If you just buy a piece of gold that's not sealed, then you have to try to sell it to somebody, and it's like they don't know whether it's really gold. Like it becomes more difficult, right? And it's like it's harder to trust that you're buying real gold if it's not gold that's sealed from.
But a Vietnamese gold shop owner, if I give them what I have, they just weigh it. Okay,
that's not.
Because everyone is so used to dealing with, like Vietnam currency went down all the way once, right? It lost the value completely.
It's still very easy to use to make amalgams of other metals with gold, so it's like only 92% gold and the rest is like other metal, right? You can still do it, and it's not easy to tell whether or not it's real gold. And the only way to verify it is to send it to a lab, and then that costs money. So no one wants to do that. They just want to buy. They want to buy SA sealed gold that's clearly coming from a real, I don't know what they call it.
But in Vietnam, the people buy property with gold all the time. So like kind of they are so used to holding.
I don't know that that's accurate, that they're so used to holding gold and like, yep, this is 100% gold. Like no one can do that.
It like, okay, this is.
But no one can really do that because it's, again, not hard to take real gold and then add other metals into it and melt it together, and then suddenly you don't have 100% gold, and suddenly I'm paying the price for an ounce of gold, but I'm not getting an ounce of gold, I'm getting less than an ounce, right? But I'm paying
interesting thing is like my mom collected a bunch of like gold, pias and this and that, and then brought it to Vietnam, and then just asked them how much they're gonna give us with that amount of gold. They said precisely the amount that she would get in Japan.
Yeah, because
just by hand.
They weighed it and then they.
No, they just did it by hand, like
right.
This much, okay.
Right, but again, they don't know for sure that that's pure gold. That's 199.
It's not pure gold.
Right, no gold is pure gold, but when you buy it from one of the, like the Perth Mint or this Asahi Mint or U.S. Mint or the one in England, like those ones. Those are sealed containers. They've verified that the gold is 99.9% pure gold. It's got a number. It has a tracking number on it, so people know exactly where it came from, and they can verify it, right? If you're just buying like a piece of gold that's in a piece of plastic, there's no way to verify that is really 100% gold. So people don't trust it as much. It's like, it could be gold. Could be not gold. Like I sent you that Medicotti ad where it was like a gold bar. It was stamped gold, 99% gold, but they were selling it for like $17, and it would have been worth like $2,000. And they're like, we don't know exactly what metal this is, but this is the price we're asking for it. But it was clearly stamped pure gold, 99.9% gold. People can sell things that look like gold and say that they're gold and all this, but it's not.
So what you saw is real gold or not real?
I doubt it, because they were selling it for like $17, right?
Oh, yeah. I guess it's a trick.
No, they were saying like, we don't know what exactly type of this metal is, but you can buy it for $17, right? But the thing itself was shaped like a gold bar, looked gold, and was stamped that said 99% pure gold, right? But obviously it's not pure gold, because no one would put it on Metacoin for $17. If it was even 50% gold, it would be worth $1,000, right? So it was basically no
scam.
gold whatsoever. It was just kind of brass or something
Painted.
right, or just a metal that looks like gold and has a weight similar to gold. But they weren't saying this is gold. They were just saying like this is a metal, we don't know what it is, and you know, if at your risk you're buying it for like this price, right?
So it's not a scam.
Well, they weren't claiming it was 100. They weren't claiming it was gold at all. They just put a picture up of it. It was.
So
it looked like a gold bar.
If you
right?
if you believe this is gold, take your own risk.
Yeah, it was kind of like gambling. The idea of like this. I mean, it was designed carefully to not be a scam, but technically it was a scam, right? Because someone's gonna be like, "Oh, it could be gold," and it's only $7. That's what I wrote. I was like, "It's only $17. It's worth trying, right? Only $17. It could be gold."
Lucky lottery.
Right.
You win or not.
It's like these people are so dumb. They think that this is only worth They think this ounce of gold is only worth $17.
But out of 2,000 pieces, one is it's like a lucky draw. Yeah.
What would that? I wonder if that would.
Is it illegal to do that way? Maybe.
I mean, if you say specifically that's what's going on.
You can get one real, but
I think it makes more sense to say if I get 1,000 people to give me. Actually, they do this all the time. That's what the lottery is, right?
right.
You pay $1. We're going to collect $1 from everyone who wants,
Right.
and then 3 people are going to win $5,000, and one person's going to win $1 million. So your risk is only $1, but your potential earnings is $1 million.
So we can do the same thing on Bitcoin, right?
But I don't know how. I mean, in the U.S.,
Must be
only
illegal.
the government is allowed to do that kind of thing in the U.S. I think.
With what law?
What?
With what law?
Well, because
They might have some
no, because
law.
what they do in the U.S. is they have these lotteries, but a big portion of the money goes to actually pay for like things that are needed, right? The rest of the money goes into the prize, but some of the money goes to pay for like improving the infrastructure.
Yeah, actually, there is something like that in Japan too. This building is made by lottery association.
Right, they do that in the U.S., but that's one of the reasons why. And it's like a state lottery, so only a few states do it. But you can buy people will go to that state to buy the ticket, or they'll like export the tickets to other states so that people can buy them. Right. California has a lottery. I don't know what other states. I think Ohio, when I was growing up, had a lottery. Maybe every state has its own lottery.
Lottery is similar to scam, huh?
No, because you're paying $1 to get a chance to win $800 million.
If I can.
Yeah, but if you only get 12 people to give you $1, oh, you'll get $6 if you pay $1. You might win. That's actually not bad. You have a 1 in 12 chance of winning $6, and then you take the other.
So you can do that, right? That's the point. Yeah, look at how many people.
But again, I'm pretty sure that's illegal.
Yeah,
otherwise
I'm pretty sure.
that'd be happening everywhere.
Yeah.
In the world. Isn't that what the Vietnamese tickets are? That everyone's always selling those lottery tickets, right?
Yeah.
So that's a
yeah. Someone was telling me. Yeah, Sylvie was telling me that her bike taxi that she always used was so poor, and then suddenly he won this lottery and then got so rich.
That's good.
Like she was saying, you know what
but
happened?
you know what's really interesting? Oh, go ahead.
No. He was just suddenly telling me that story. Like I go like, oh my god! But I'm glad that he got that.
But there's a lot of news stories that go in that do all this research, and they find that in the U.S. the majority of people who win at the lottery end up even less.
Because people
off
kind
than they
of
were
use
because
them.
because these are people who had like no plans,
Right.
no sense of what to do with the money, and they end
Right.
up just like spending it all on like dumb
Right.
things
So
like
many people start
big cars
asking and like, yeah.
right, or they buy a big house, but then they end up with like a mortgage or something that they can't afford,
Yeah.
and end up more broke than they started out.
But I think it's nice to have that experience
Yeah.
of go totally up
Yeah.
and down again back
And then
to
there's a couple of
your
people.
life.
There's a couple of people who have won multiple lotteries, right? They win a bunch
Yeah.
of money. There's a few people like that because that's what they do. They play the lottery, right? There's
An
like no
interesting
limit to the
life.
number of lottery entries you can buy. So you just
Yeah, but most of the time
you
people
just every
lose
time
it,
you
right?
have $100, you put $100 in the lottery. You get 100 chances, and eventually you're
But
gonna win
that's such
some.
a rare, almost like the plane accident kind of ratio, right?
Yeah, it's very unlikely to win. You're more likely to get struck by lightning than to win the lottery in the U.S. state lottery. All right, I'll get all the bags out. Okay.
Thank you. But you don't have to carry everything. I can handle some, so you can just
Easy,
carry
it's all- it's
what
just four
you
bags.
need. なんか結局アメリカの今あれパキスタン人かなんかのアメリカの教授まで今国外追放というか強制送還になったみたいで、だからもう私のアメリカのグリーンカードとか今執行してて、もう一回再発行みたいな手続きをするにはアメリカの、昔の居住者がもう一回住みたいビザみたいなのを取らなきゃいけないんですけど、それをするとなんかもう一回居住したいっていう意思を表明してビザを取ってアメリカに行って裁判所に行ってまたなんかグリーンカードをもう一回取る手続きがもう一回なんか生き返らせるような手続きができるんだけれども、でも今の現状ではそうやってこの間もそのグリーンカードを持ってて永住権に市民権を取るため永住権と市民権を取るため永住権から市民権アメリカの国民になる手続きをしてた男の人で、その奥さんがね妊娠8ヶ月だった人も結局強制送還になるっていう風な話でその施設に移送されてほとんど留置施設みたいなところに入れられてるし、今はさっきの話ではそのパキスタン人の大学の教授も強制送還になっちゃった、もうすでになったっていうことで、今はもう私もアメリカ行くの危ないとか言って強制送還になるかもしれないから、もう行かせられないっていうことをアメリカ旦那がその X に書いたみたいなんですよ。そしたらすぐになんか99万人のフォロワーのいるなんかニューヨークのなんだっけドキュメンタリー作家みたいなドキュメンタリーディレクターみたいな人がなんかフォロワーになってたとか言ってびっくりしてたんだけど、そんな感じで今アメリカも本当にわけわかんなくて、裁判長がそれは違法だっていう風に言ったのに結局無視されて強制送還とかにバンバンなってるみたいで、ちょっと恐ろしい国になりつつあるとなっているっていう話を今日してました。それでなんか娘がアメリカの高校に1回ちょっとだけ去年行ってたんだけれども、キサちゃんヤッホーね、キサちゃんがさ去年アメリカの高校にいるときさ何回3回なんかエマージェンシーがあったんだっけ。
もっとだよ。
なんだ1回がなんだっけ、一番初めにあったの何なんだったっけ。
なんかハロウィンかなんか。
ハロウィンで、
なんか劇があったんだよね。
それで
わかんない。なんかそんな感じで
偽物の銃がトイレに落ちたの。
手作りの銃
それ段ボールで作ってたのかな。
みたいな感じ。
それがトイレにあった。
トイレで発見
されて、それがで大騒ぎになってみんな避難しなさいみたいになったでしょ。で校庭にみんな避難したでしょ。でもう一回はラキちゃんが来た。ラキちゃんが来た、かわいいラキちゃんが来た。こんにちはラキちゃん、いこわー。ラキちゃん来た。はい嬉しいの。Thank you so much. Appreciate it a lot.
結構長く行ったんだけ
ど。ありがとう。いいよ。運動になるけど。なんだったっけ。それであともう一個なんだったっけ。地震？
違う。
2回目は何？
なんか脅し？なんか爆弾を仕
掛けたって学校に？
脅しみたい
なのがあって、あとは？それでみんな避難しなきゃいけなかったの？
あんまり覚えてないですよ。
でもう一個は地震？
違う。2人の生徒が
銃を持ってたから逮捕されましたって。
なんでそれ？
エバディがなんか言ってたのが面白い。なんかいきなり仕事してたら皆さんにちょっとお伝えしますみたいな感じでメッセージが来て、2人の男の子が銃を所持してたことで逮捕されましたのでみたいな、なんかそんな後はとてもじゃないけど仕事に集中できなくなったって言ってたよ。それでみんなそれも避難したんでしょ、校庭に。それなんかリンリンリンってなった？非常ベル。あとは何？あと地震もあるじゃん。でも地震はあんまり
なんかあんまり覚えてない。なんか一回教室でみんなのスマホが気に出てビーって鳴り出してめっちゃびっくりした。
大変だったね。たった4ヶ月と5ヶ月しか行ってないのになんか
疲れちゃった。めっちゃ疲れてアメリカに行けないからみんな疲れてなんか人と話しなかったぐらい疲れた。
毎日それ何で疲れたの？学校行くのが疲れたの？それとも英語が疲れたの？それとも
全部だね。
緊張してたの？
緊張もありなんです
けど。そっか、OK, let's go back home then. じゃあね。
食べたいさ。
何の機械使ったの？ミキサーね。
ミキサーじゃないけどミニで。
ブレンダーだけ。
あれのせいで頭痛い。
すごいね、センサティブさが半端ないね。
あいいや、お部屋入ろう。じゃあね。